So the future of gaming is looking more and more dire when it comes to games just not being accessible anymore. As more games are starting to be delisted off of the online platforms on the Xbox Store, PlayStation Store, and now we have here Steam. There's been two things that have popped up over the last week or so, and that are some major games that have been taken off of their online stores. I guess never to be able to be played again if you have not purchased it, or be able to be played if you're able to go out and find a physical copy of the game. So we have this here from timeextension.com. Devil May Cry 4 and Devil May Cry 3 special editions have just been delisted from Steam. It says, as recently highlighted by Wario64 on Twitter, Capcom's Devil May Cry 4 and Devil May Cry 3 special edition have both been delisted on Steam. And this news comes just days after we saw Spec Ops The Line being delisted from storefronts. And now people looking for physical copies of these games, many physical copies popping up in the last day or so. We go here over to Twitter. Now, keep in mind, I am in Canada, so these prices may not translate right exactly over to the United States, but we see some copies here of Spec Ops The Line, $134, 134, 126. And I mean, this may be what they have been going for recently, but these are all from February 1st. And I feel like a lot of people are seeing and realizing that these games are not available on digital storefronts. So they're going to try to cash in here on the physical versions of these games. I'm sure you can find a copy of Spec Ops The Line for far cheaper. I mean, look at this person selling the disc only pre-owned for $60 here on eBay. And I feel like this is going to kind of be the dire future that we do get into. I mean, we look here, Spec Ops The Line, permanently removed from Steam and other digital storefronts. And there's the director, Joe DiMero, actually offered a reason for this game's removal. The 2K communications director, I should say, saying Spec Ops The Line will no longer be available on online storefronts as several partnerships licenses related to the game are expiring. Players who have purchased the game can still download and play the game uninterrupted. 2K would like to thank our community of players who have supported the game, and we look forward to bringing you more offerings from our label throughout the year and beyond. And I mean, that's going to be the reality of the future when it comes to the all digital era, the all digital future. I'm sure, like many of you out there, myself, I have a ton of physical games that I happy to have, especially as we see more and more of this happen. And there is this kind of myth that is going around that all physical games, they're kind of useless because they are only unlock keys to storefronts, and that just simply isn't true. There are many games that still do come out. I mean, even if you look at the Nintendo Switch alone, that are fully playable right off of the cartridge itself. And Spec Ops The Line, this is one of those games, and I believe Devil May Cry 4 and Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition as well. You could buy that disc and the entire game is on that disc and you're going to be able to play it. So if you don't have a physical version now, it is going to be delisted from these digital storefronts, and you're going to have to go out and try to find a physical version to play it. Also find the console to play it on, and probably start ending up paying more because you're going to have people who are going to be selling their copies to you for even more when they know that the demand is going to increase when a game gets delisted, and they're going to be able to cash in. It's just kind of a dire future for gaming, I think. And the whole push now towards a full digital future in gaming is not something that I am looking forward to, although it's almost inevitable that it is going to happen when you look at the console ecosystems with Xbox and PlayStation, and the majority of people buying games digitally. You look at PC with Steam. My only hope is that when we do move over to a all digital era, is that these publishers actually do reduce their prices for the games themselves. Because if they're not producing physical games anymore, there's no reason why they should be full priced on the digital storefronts. I'm very skeptical that that is going to be happening, because they have years of data right now to prove and to show that even if they put their games full price, $70 on a digital storefront, people are going to buy them, and people are going to buy them, and they're going to make millions and millions of dollars no matter what. So I'm skeptical that they will reduce their prices. We have seen a couple of examples like Alan Wake 2. We've also seen Hellblade 2, which is coming out from Xbox. they've reduced the price of that game and they're not putting out a physical version of the game. But the future of physical games is becoming more and more apparent that they are fully going to be moving away from that. And we were going to see more stories like this of older games being delisted. Some people will never be able to play them or find them. And if they do find them, they do want a physical version. You're probably going to end up paying a pretty penny as people are going to start listing these games at a much higher price to cash in on the fact that you can't purchase them anymore off of these digital storefronts. I'm going to end the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you are new here, hit that subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video.